What is good, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. You enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like. Today's video, I got a good one, man. We're going to be taking a look at the Dragon Ball Evolve Golden Frieza. We're going to be reviewing it, taking a look at paint and detail, see how it stacks up compared to other figures like Figure Arts. And I will be comparing it to a Figure Arts Frieza to see how it stacks up compared to that too. So if you do have an enjoyed video, make sure you leave a like. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Let's get into it. Here we are, man. This is the figure right here. Again, this is a Dragon Ball Evolve figure, as you can see. The reason I ended up picking this figure up was because the SH Figure Arts Golden Frieza is going for a crazy price right now. And there is two good options out there, I ain't gonna lie. You can either get this, or you can get the one I had in the past, which was the Dragon Stars Frieza. The only issue I have with the Dragon Stars Frieza is I have the SH Figure Arts base form Frieza, the 4 form, and completely out of scale. It towers over it. He's almost up to the shoulder on the actual SH Figure Arts Goku, so he just do not scale well with the actual figure art figure. That's why I ended up picking this one up. I did see a lot of people that collect figure arts do end up getting this one because of the figure arts one being at such a high price. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I do be paying crazy prices for these figures, so later on, you feel me, when I might be able to get it at that time, I might get the figure arts one because I really do want it. But who knows, they might end up even re-releasing it. We just got announced that Ultra Instinct Goku's getting a re-release, so they might even re-release it one of them $35 packs at some point. So we'll see down the road. So like I said, I might get it later on down the road, might not. But as of right now, to get a Golden Frieza in the collection, this is what I decided to pick up. So I'm going to start taking our head off. We're going to go get to the actual review itself. And here we are, man, jumping straight into the figure. As you can see on the outside of the box, we have a product image of Frieza itself. Of course, you got the window packaging. This is more like an older 90s style type of packaging. I do like this packaging, other than the fact that once I open this, I'm essentially going to have to throw the box away. I'm not going to be able to keep it. And I do like keeping my boxes, but this is for more of a box collector. It's more of a 90s, keep it in the box, hung up on the wall, like never touch it. That's what this is supposed to be like. Because that's what most collectors would do back then with the older, like Jack-specific Dragon Ball, stuff like that. This is kind of the vibe it's going for. I definitely do like how it looks. It looks cool. I just, like I said, I hate the fact that once I take it out, I'm just going to throw the box away. There's no point in even trying to keep it or anything. But like I said, this side you get a product image of Frieza, pretty much like it just ripped straight off Google. Right here you get the Dragon Ball Evolve name. You get Golden Frieza on the side. And then of course this top corner you have the Bandai Dragon Ball Super logo. Coming in on the back of the box, you do have a picture of the rest of the figures in this wave. You get Golden Frieza, Ultra Instinct Goku, and then of course Jiren. I'm not gonna lie, that Jiren do look live. I've seen it in stores multiple times. But I don't really collect these figures. I'm more sticking to the SH Figure Arts line and kind of Dragon Stars a little bit, depending on which figure it is. But like I said, you get a cool picture of all three of the figures in the line. You get, again, Bandai at the bottom, Toei Animation right there. You get Dragon Ball Evolve again at the top, barcode at the bottom, and that's pretty much it. Ain't nothing too much really special about the box. Like I said, it's more of a either you're gonna hang up and never open it, or you're like me, you're gonna bust it out and just throw the box away. But like I said, that is the box. Like I said, the box is cool. I wish I could be able to keep the box afterwards after taking the figure out, but it is what it is. Without further ado, let's go and get to the figure itself. And here we are with the figure outside of the box, and automatically you tell off rip, they did a super good job with the paint job on this thing. I ain't finna lie to you. The gold does look really good. Before we even get into that, I did not do any accessories parts to this video for the simple fact that all you really get is the tail, and I did not put the tail on it because obviously with any Frieza figure this size, even the figure arts, you put the tail on, it's just gonna keep falling over. So there's really no point in me doing accessories because you don't really get no accessories, and that's kind of the only thing that really sucks for this figure is it kind of comes stock with these two versions of these hands. You only get the choice of typical beam attack he'd be doing with his finger, then you have a balled up fist, so you really only have so many options to pose this thing in. But I'm not tripping because like I said, this is just a temporary Frieza. But overall, looking at it right now, like me first time having this thing in hand, looking at it outside of the box, I can tell you right now, and if you don't know, these things are going for $10. I think I bought this, it came up to like $14 after shipping. For it to be $14, you cannot go wrong with this. I can say I feel like the Dragon Star's face look a little bit better than this one. On this one, you get some kind of wonky looking eyeballs. I ain't finna lie to you, they look kind of crazy. I mean, the one on the right side right here look kind of fine, like it's looking straight, but the other one kind of like looking off to the side or something. So it kind of look a little funky, but I ain't even finna lie to you. When it comes to figures like this is more of a 1 out of 10 chances that you get one with funky looking eyes. You feel me? If you're in a store and you find a bunch of these, you'll be able to look through and find a perfect one that actually got a good set of eyes. This just so happened to be how mine ended up looking. Another thing I am noticing looking up close on this thing is it does have some type of weird, I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know how well it's picking up on camera. If it is, yeah, it kind of is. it's like this weird overspray over the whole thing. It's making the figure look super dirty. I don't know how to really explain it. Like, I don't know if y'all can really tell or not, especially in the face area. You can see it, like, it looks super dirty. I don't know how to explain it. It's like this weird type of paint or film or layer over top of the actual paint itself. I don't know if they're trying to go for like a shimmer effect or something, but it's not really giving that. It's giving it a dirty look. But overall, the paint, I'm not gonna lie, the gold is good. For something that is $15, I ain't gonna lie, the gold is definitely looking good on it. As you can see, you got a different contrast of gold compared to the arms and the legs and stuff. You have that lighter, almost yellow gold right here. The more the bronze gold, which is anime accurate, and it's accurate how Frieza looks in this form. Again, up close on the face. The face isn't bad, I'm not gonna lie to you. It looks good, just like I said, them eyes look a little funky, I ain't finna lie to you. But other than that, the paint itself looks super good. There's no paint run or nothing like that, which I'm surprised with, because again, considering how cheap this figure is, the paint look really decent. I'm not finna, there's no areas where it's messed up at. Other than, of course, like I said, that funky looking, I don't know if it's a light mist over it to give it a sparkler. I don't know what it is. It just looked weird to me. Y'all let me know if y'all seen that in the camera or not. I might just be seeing it with my eyeballs and that's it. It might not even pick it up on the camera itself. But like I said, yeah, man, paint detail ain't too bad. I'm not finna lie to you. It's really good for a $15 figure. This ain't like a Dragon Stars. Even the Dragon Stars is decent. But I kind of feel like the paint on this is a little bit better. I ain't finna lie to you. Now, I don't know how it would stack up against the figure arts going Frieza. I feel like it probably don't even come close. But for, like I said, $15 and you just using this as a placeholder like me, so far the paint detail is there. Like I said, super detailed. There's no paint run. There's no paint, like gold paint going over onto the purple on the hands. The only thing I did notice is the toes aren't painted in, but I mean, I really don't care about that because it's the toes. I mean, come on now. But like I said, as you can see, there's no run or anything like that, which again, like I said, I'm super surprised about. So the paint detail, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I ain't finna lie to you. For $15, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's good. Even the tail, all the way painted around. Again, I ain't even gonna put this tail on it because it's just gonna start falling over. That's one issue that all Frieza figures, it don't matter if it's figure arts, Dragon Stars, or even this, horrible at standing up when you put the tail on. But like I said, paint detail is definitely there. Mine got a little funky eyes, but yours might not. So I give this a 10 out of 10 as far as paint detail. Like I said, I wish it did come with some different accessories, something like that. But without further ado, let's go and jump into the articulation. As far as articulation on this thing, I'm wondering if it's going to be anything like the SH Fig Arts. I'm going to try to get up. Well, I can tell you right now, it ain't got no up in the neck. It does not go up at all. So there is no up motion in the neck, which is a little weird. There's not really any down either. It's kind of stuck looking straight. I ain't finna lie. And in mine, if you notice, the head's kind of tilted. I don't know if the joint's about to break. I might have to heat it up and re-put it on there. The joint might work. It just, yeah. It's doing like this weird. I notice this happens a lot on joints that are about to break, where something's like, it's tight on there, but I don't even know how I can even explain it for real, for real. But as you can see, the head just keep twisting back in that weird position. Like you can see it doing it. So I might have to heat that up and fix it, but there is no motion in the head. And if there is, like I said, I might have to heat it up and figure it out because I don't know what's going on with the head. As far as the arms, we do get about that much up, which is not bad. It goes down a little bit. It do have almost like a butterfly joint type of motion here, which we'll get into that in a second. It does go all the way around. All these joints are tight too. You don't have, that's weird, bro. What the? That is an ugly design choice because you can't really, I mean, you could do it like that, but that is hideous. So there ain't really too much motion going back to the side or anything like that because it's just gonna pop the arm off. But as far as you do get this, I'd be careful because mine got super tight joints. So they might end up breaking, I ain't gonna lie. Do have a single joint, which is crazy to see on any type of figure in this day and age. But like I said, it's $14. Like I'm not gonna expect something like a double jointed elbow or something like that. Here you do have a hinge, which actually works really good. Does twist around, so it is on the ball joint in there. Coming back down, you do have about that much down. You can drop that down and back up. I don't know what you would use that for. I'm guessing for situations like this where it kind of acts as a butterfly joint. Again, design flaw in the back, hideous, but at the front, if you want to get that extra range of motion, it does work. So you can just pop it back up. Coming here at the torso, you do get a decent amount of range bending over. Pause. You do get a decent amount going back. Pause. That's not too bad. You do get a twist here at the actual hips itself, but I mean, this right here is blocking it. The hip piece is blocking it, so you can't really get much out of it. At the top, you can get a full entire 360. And I am noticing that there is no paint rub, so that's, for a $14 figure, I thought that would be a problem, like moving it around, like for these joints and pieces to be touching each other, you would have some type of paint chipping off, but so far from what I'm seeing, there is not any type of chip and paint or anything. Coming down to the legs, I did realize this with these figures. It seems like they have almost a similar type of joint system compared to the new Figure Arts 3.0 body with how it's built. You do have that much going up to the sides. But as you can see, a good amount of range there. He does kick up. Oh my God, that joint is tight. I'll use this side. Oh yeah, his leg must be popping off. Yeah. Some of these joints are so tight that I'm gonna have to go back, like I said, loosen up with hot water. But he does kick up about that high. Not too much. I'm starting to think that this is, well, he might kick up more. It just is super tight. Does kick up about that much. He does go back about that much. Not too much right there. A single joint. Oh, that's hideous. I ain't finna lie to you. That is hideous. A single jointed knee, which is, like I said, it's super weird to see that on anything this day and age. But like I said, I mean, it's $14 at the end of the day. At the feet, you do have a super articulated ankle. I ain't finna lie to you, that's crazy. And then you have pivot in the feet itself, which is weird in certain areas. Like up here, you have almost a fake butterfly joint. You got super good pivot. You got 3.0 joints, but yet it don't really want to raise in the front, so that is super weird. But that'll do it for articulation. I'm not gonna lie, for the articulation, if I had to rank it, I would give it probably I ain't gonna lie, it'd probably be like a 3. I say a 4 out of 10. I give it a 4 out of 10. The only reason I give it a 4 out of 10 is because, like I said, I mean, it is $14, so I can't really expect it to have too much articulation. But at the same time, it's like, we in 2024 at this point. Like this, I mean, this was released probably back in like, I think like 2020, 2019, probably somewhere 2019, 2020, something like that. I'm guessing. So even then, it should have had at least double jointed elbows and double jointed knees. Like, that's a little weird and dated to see on this. But at the same time, I don't know how mad I could be because it is a $14 figure, you feel me? This is more pointed towards kids at the end of the day. So I can't be too mad. So I'll give it at least a 4 out of 10 on articulation. It's not too bad. It's just super weird to see these old joints. Like, you can't really get too much out of it. Before I do my final thoughts on the figure itself, I do want to do a size comparison beside the Figure Arts Frieza. If I did not have these feet on here, I did have it posed up in a pose, and I just didn't feel like popping these feet off and doing all that for this review. But as you can see, if I were to take these feet off, matter of fact, essentially, if we were to have his flat feet on, he would be slightly taller than this. So it does scale well with Figure Arts. So if you're like me and you're getting this for a placeholder for a Golden Frieza until you get a SH Figure Arts one, or you don't want to spend that on a Golden Frieza, you just want to get something like this, I feel like it definitely is going to scale well with your other Figure Arts Friezas in your collection. As you can see, definitely scales well together. I did want to stick it beside Goku himself, and as you can see, like I said, I feel like they definitely scale well. That's exactly how the Figure Arts one also scales compared to Goku. So like I said, it is gonna work perfect if you just want it as a placeholder like me, or if you just don't really care about Frieza and you want a Golden Frieza. That as far as size, you just throw this thing up in a pose on your shelf, it's gonna work. Whether it's in the front or the back of your collection, it definitely is gonna fit and scale with the other Figure Arts. Now, coming into the end of the video, my overall thoughts on this figure altogether. If I were to rank this figure altogether, I would honestly give it I would give it probably I say a 6 out of 10 for real. It isn't bad. The paint is there. The paint looks really good. The scales perfectly with Figure Arts. The face is good. Like I said, you might have a one-off chance of getting a messed up face if you order it. But if you were to look in person and find one, then you might get lucky and get a good face on it or something like that. So the face isn't too bad. The details are there. And like I said, the scale's good. Just what really throws it off for me is, for a figure to be that small, you would think it have a little bit more articulation, especially like I said, in this day and age. Because I know for a fact this figure did not come out too long ago. But I can't really be too picky with it for the simple fact that, like I said, it's a $14 figure. So at the end of the day, I can't be too mad about the articulation, but that does go towards my ranking of it. And another thing that's a big negative is the accessories. But then again, it's kind of a back and forth situation because I can't be mad it's a $14 figure. I can't expect too much with it. So like I said, it definitely is going to be a 6 out of 10 on my list. What I recommend this to any other collectors that want to figure arts Frieza or want a golden Frieza for a collection but don't want to get the figure art since it is going for I think like 70, 80 right now. I would say it depends. And the only reason I say that is if you want something that is super articulated or at least better articulated than this and don't want to buy the figure arts one yet, I would go for the Dragon Stars ones. I had it twice in the past. The face is definitely better than this one, I'm not gonna lie. And the articulation is way above this as far as double jointed elbow, twist at the bicep, and just even a double jointed knees and being able to get a little bit more range out of it. I thought honestly this one, because it's almost cut just like figure arts one. Cuts are almost the same in the torso area and everything. So I was kind of thinking honestly, you feel me, this was gonna have a little bit more articulation than the Dragon Stars one. It ain't really go that way for me. So if I would say if you want something that look and scale well, perfect with the figure arts, as far as look wise, I would go for this one. Because at the end of the day, I mean, at the end of the day, you can honestly get a Dragon Stars and this, and it still be cheaper than buying the figure arts one. So like I said, if you want something that scales well and looks decent, like you just want to look good and scale well, I would go for this one. It looks good. I like the gold on it. I do think the gold's better on this one than the Dragon Stars. But as far as if you want something to pose and do a little bit more as far as posing until you get the figure arts one, I would go for the Dragon Stars figure. I ain't finna lie to you. But nonetheless, this is a decent figure. Like I said, I mean, it was $14. I feel like you're getting a good amount for $14. It is decent. It's going to scale well with Goku and the rest of the figures in my collection. Y'all let me know what y'all think about down in the comments. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like. You new, make sure you subscribe. Till then, I'm out. Stay tuned.